Audio Jungle.
Well, talk me through kind of okay, you're almost there, right? Like you're a couple months away. I think you're trying to open in May, is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. What's left? Like what are you working on now?
Yeah. Every day I'm working on something. So coordinating with the builder and subcontractors. Yes, I have a general contractor, but there's always something once a day that comes up from a question. When you find a tunnel, if you can imagine finding a tunnel under your building, there's other things that pop up. We had to put in a reinforced beam, steel beam across the roof, across the ceiling. There's just constant coordination. I'm working with a designer for signage. And a lot of these people are family friends. They're friends of mine that I've built relationships. I think a key word, you ask, why do you keep going? Relationships and faith in God. Those things continue to push me and propel me forward. Others that believe in me and see what I see. So I'm using a designer that I know personally, a painter that I know personally, and then of course my neighbor Rob. All these people are helping push me along to be part of the team. And that's what I work on every day is getting ready to execute, hiring. I have no openings and people apply to positions that don't exist every day. I have people wanting to work at Operation Laundry every day. I've never put an opening. So I have staff already ready to go. I ordered clothing, branding, signage, everything is getting designed. We want to have an experience that's, very unique. And like you said, a destination community space that we can all come together and be safe and get our laundry done and do other things, homework, and get groceries done from Dollar General or the Mexican grocery store, or go shopping at Goodwill, pick up clothes there, wash them at my laundromat. This is a community space we're trying to build. So every day I'm working on things to make it smoother, creating relationships, looking for commercial accounts. Every day I'm doing something.
So you're not there yet. So that this moment could still come, but there had to be a moment where you were like, have I lost my mind?
Oh yeah.
Like what give me just one example of a time when you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Oh, there's a lot of times. The whole they hit a water line that was not buried correctly, and the entire business flooded at 2 to 3 inches of water. That was real, and that was not the builder's fault because it was in the wrong spot. It never was buried correctly. So that was really questioning. As you spend money, I spend money like it's water every day. It's fascinating, buying a security system, cameras, access points, dealing with Comcast, getting the lines, the fiber put in. You are spending money constantly. 5,000 here, 10,000 there, 20,000 here. When I paid the check for bulkheads to Highmark, I really thought I'd lost my mind. I'm over $70,000 for pieces of equipment for a laundromat that I think's gonna get built, right? Because you have to order them ahead of time because they're custom built. The amount of money is being spent and the amount of years, I think a lot of people forget when you spend that money. I worked 20 years to accumulate all that money and be ready to execute to spend it this way with something we have no idea is going to work. Those are real challenges, very difficult situations.
Yeah, dude, that's the terrifying piece. And that's what I mean. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. And so I think folks who are thinking about getting into this space, they gotta reality check a little bit and say, hey, am I ready for everything to go away if it doesn't work?
Matt, my backup plan, see this house behind me? I sell it and I move into the laundromat. That's the backup plan. That's where I'm at. So if this doesn't go, I sell the house, I cash in, and I live in my laundromat. I mean, you really have to be ready to be all in. I've been unemployed during all of this, applying to jobs, here and there, but there's no income coming in. Money's just going out.
Yeah, yeah, everything is out. Yeah. Well, which is interesting because as a guy with a military background, I would think that you would be not very okay with all of that, all of that outflow and no inflow. Like it just
Correct.
those the math is not mathing in that scenario, and things don't seem very logical. So, how did you square that?
Faith.
Yeah.
It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me that there's, this is something I want to have a legacy for and that my community needs. I really believe that. And you can be wrong, right? I can be wrong. I can
Yeah.
have misplaced faith, but all the things and all the people coming together, it just seems like it's destiny for me. And I really
Yeah.
believe it in my heart that this is what's God's wants for me.
Yeah, it does feel that way. I'm not gonna lie, Tim. It does feel like this was always kind of meant to be, and whatever all of your life, whether you knew it or not, was leading up to this moment.
Because I had run a successful company. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of parts of this story that are easier, right? Nothing's ever easier. Smoother is probably a better word. Smoother because I had run a company for 10 years before I sold it. My accountant was solid. It took me, when I first company, it took me years to find a solid accountant. I have a solid accountant now. Took me years to understand all the different moving parts of running a company and the tax benefits and when to pay your taxes and all the things that go with that. That is smoother. And, my education from HBS was very helpful in marketing and branding and having these relationships. I can't stress the relationships enough. Without those relationships, there's a million different spots that I could point to where this breaks down.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%.